Time for 11:11. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. So. All right, my friends. Okay. All right. Let's get this show on the road here. All right. All right, here we go. You are watching Political Point Magazine. Where the right is right and the left, well, the left is always on the wrong side of history. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories. Oh, well, Obama finds himself in a big mess. Obamacare is a train wreck. That's right. And Obama is forced to apologize. Well, we will show you some of that because the Obama lies appear to be hurting the American people. All right. And also, there are major privacy issues with Obamacare. Okay. Apparently, the only thing Obamacare is good for is identity thefts. Yeah. you will be shocked at this. Oh my gosh. They have a major security breach with Obamacare. And also, Democrats are now bailing on Obamacare. Apparently their political careers are at stake here. And we will also talk about the last Tuesday's elections results. And we will take it to the phones and talk to you, the viewer, on all of this. And now, welcome to another episode of Political Point Magazine. My friends, welcome. I am your humble host, William Mitro. Well, my friends, it appears now that the Obamacare is such a disaster now that even Obama now finds himself in a big mess over it. Okay, now, remember now, Obamacare now is such a crisis. Okay, such the crisis here. Now, before I get into it, though, I want to honor our veterans. Okay, now I want to honor our veterans. Okay, so my friends, I'm going to put this in my political point of vision. Okay, in a moment, but I am going to honor the veterans. All right, and so this is what I want to do right now. Okay, so I put this little tribute to the veterans on Veterans Day today. All right, in my Political Point Magazine's political point of vision. All right, now I'll carry this on, but tonight I start off. I want to honor our veterans. All right, so here we go, my friends. Here it is. All right. Okay. Yes, on this Veterans Day, we recognize our veterans. Okay. And now, that, my friends, but now, we need to get into some of the political goings-ons now that have been as such now. Okay, so we now see that there are lots of, okay, there's fallout from the Obamacare and everything, and we now see that the White House now is trying to point fingers and whatnot, but they play the blame game. All right, just like this. Take a look at this exchange. All right, here it goes. Okay.
The president, but more broadly, how are you going to fund the law if you continue to issue exemptions for some people?
Ed, I don't have anything on that. I haven't seen that article.
If you let the union...
Okay. Well, that was a little bit of an exchange between the press and the press secretary Jake Carney, and the whole thing is over. Apparently, the Obama administration now is trying to make, or there was a memo on the HHS secretary, the HHS secretary put out, describing something that the administration is trying to do with the unions. Okay, now you know all the waivers that Obama has done, trying to rewrite the law and everything. All right. But he waived the employer mandate, okay, for big businesses, so and stuff. And now, on this note, okay, there was a memo out that states, okay, this is what it states. Right here, and you can see this, okay, right here. You can see as it appeared on the screen, okay, possible ACA rule change, okay, a possible ACA Affordable Care Act rule change, all right, and this is what it read, okay, this is what it read, okay. Now, it says we also intend to propose in future rulemaking to exempt certain self-insured, self-administered plans from the requirement to make reassurance contributions for the 2015 and 2016 benefits years. Okay, now the unions fall into that category, all right, and so now the administration is trying to rewrite the law because it's such a mess, and which they can't legally do, all right, which they can't legally do. It's impossible. I mean, Congress has to rewrite and overturn things. All right, but it's just so ridiculous, and now the administration plays the blame game, okay, on a lot of this, all right, in which this becomes quite complicated now for the administration. In fact, okay, Obama was forced to apologize, all right, okay, was forced to apologize. Okay, he went on, I believe it was NBC or something like that. Okay, but before I get into that, okay, Obamacare is a disaster. Okay, is a disaster. All right, and okay, in fact, okay, we'll call it the Obamacare rollout debacle. All right, and it is the butt of a joke. Okay, it is the butt of a joke now. All right, because take a look at this. Okay, take a look at this. Okay, one comedy show has taken to explain it this way. All right, take a look at this. All right.
The following is a video metaphor for the rollout of Obamacare. The dog represents Obamacare. The stairs represent the uphill battle it faces during this massive rollout. Even though it gets off to a slow start, it'll eventually be up and running. Sure, it'll be ass backwards, but it'll get there. This has been a video metaphor for the future of Obamacare.
Oh my gosh. Now, you know it's pretty bad now. Okay? Obamacare is such a disaster. They put it perfectly. All right? Oh man. I mean, even when you have the Country Music Awards, okay, the Country Music Awards even making fun of this thing, all right. In fact, okay, let me show you the light read.
Why is this taking so long?
How does this make Obama feel, huh? You're better off smoking crack than passing Obamacare.
This is getting on my last nerve. Obamacare by morning, over 6 people served.
SpongeBob and Patrick visit the Obamacare website.
Maybe SpongeBob is a Republican.
Obama and Obamacare have become a joke.
Exactly. Well, it's pretty bad when even SpongeBob now is attacking Obamacare. Oh my gosh. But this, my friends, okay, this comes on the heels. Now, Obama appears to apologize. Okay? Now, take a look at this. Okay? Obama apologizes. Okay? Because Obama's lies have been hurting the American people. All right? But before I get into that now, okay, Obama apologizes. Obama is forced to apologize. Take a look at this. All right, take a look at this. All right.
Well, first of all, I meant what I said, and we worked hard to try to make sure that we implemented it properly. But obviously, we didn't do a good enough job, and I regret that.
Do you feel like you owe these folks an apology for misleading them, even if you didn't intentionally do it, but at this point, they feel misled, and you've seen the anger that's out there.
I regret very much that what we intended to do, which is to make sure that everybody is moving into better plans because they want them as opposed to because they're forced into it, that we weren't as clear as we needed to be in terms of the changes that were taking place. And I want to do everything we can to make sure that people are finding themselves in a good position, a better position than they were before this law happened. And I am sorry that they are finding themselves in this situation based on assurances they got from me. We've got to work hard to make sure that they know we hear them and that we're going to do everything we can to deal with folks who find themselves in a tough position as a consequence of this.
Really? Okay, so you see that Obama...
The situation based on assurances they got from me.
Yeah, you see that Obama apologized. Okay, but it's not enough because he's apologizing to for all those people all the millions of people that lost their health coverage, okay, that lost their health care, okay, but he's not apologizing to the American people. He's just apologizing to the many millions that lost their health care because of Obamacare. All right, they were not upfront with us, and then he goes out and as a consequence of this. Okay, as a consequence of this, okay, he tries to rewrite the law. Okay, in fact, on Obama's website, okay, on the White House website, it still states that if you like your health care, you can keep your health care. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. So there, even then, the lies are on the White House website. Okay? Okay? The White House website. In fact, it was stated by that was stated by Larry Murdoch, okay? DeRoy Murdoch, okay? DeRoy Murdoch. Take a look at this, okay?
Grandfathered plans. They could keep their plans if they like their plans, which is what Obama talked about. And every single Democrat voted against it. And there are about a dozen or so who are running for re-election who've got that vote. They had the opportunity to stick with the promise that was made that's still broken. And right now, as we speak, I checked 5 minutes ago, the White House website at the moment says, if you like your plan, you can keep it and you don't have to change a thing due to the health care law. So the lies continue to this second.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the Obama lies are hurting the American people. I mean, this thing is just a debacle. Okay, it's just a disaster. It's a train wreck. Okay, we predicted this thing would happen. Something like this would happen. All right, but now, okay, there's privacy issues. Okay, major privacy issues. All right. In fact, there two people now find themselves in this big mess because Obamacare, the website, there were two people that found that their information was switched or something like that, you know. So so when Obama came out and you know, I want to show you this. Okay, I want to show you this. Okay, here it is. All right, take a look at this. This is what one person, okay, this is what one person had discovered when he came home one day. Okay. Whoop, take a look.
Came home Friday night from taking my wife and kids out to dinner, and there was a voicemail from a gentleman in North Carolina who was trying to contact me to see if I was the person that he had the personal information on. And I can't imagine if the system is this unsecured, what's going to happen if a professional hacker tries to get into it.
Okay, yeah. So you hear that, and now it appears that that Obamacare, the Obamacare website, is only good for hackers. Okay, because now, as you just saw from that clip there, all right, that Obamacare is a disaster. They're requiring personal information about you, and that is later transferred, and apparently it has happened. All right, so I would advise everybody out there listening and watching, I would advise everybody to stay away from the Obamacare website. Okay, stay away from the website. Okay, in fact, there's many Democrats now that are bailing on Obamacare. I told you last week about the New York Times and the article on the front page about the several Democrats lining up, coming to Obama for help. Okay, on this. And they all came out and said that they wanted this thing delayed. One of those Democrats, by the way, was Senator Dianne Feinstein of California. Okay, take a listen to what she had to say on Face the Nation. Okay, take a look at this.
Felt, and I said this directly to the President's Chief of Staff, they ought to take down the website until it was right.
The real...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, there was about 20. There was about like 12 Democrats that came out and they're bailing on this thing. All right, they're bailing on this thing. All right, and because it's such a disaster. Okay, and you remember when Obama came out and said, "Oh, you can if you're having problems with the website, then you can go on our 800 number." okay, and take care of things, right? Okay, well, this, my friends, turns out to be another big lie, okay? Take a look at this. Take a look.
You get on the phone with a trained representative. It usually takes about 25 minutes for an individual to apply for coverage.
Did the president know that the very same problems would be facing consumers when they called on the phone when he said that they could apply in 25 minutes?
Well, John, as you know, the answer is yes, as was reported widely at the time. The whole point was to beef up the call-in centers to give the American people who were looking for information a way to avoid some of the frustrations they were having online.
But he said you can bypass the website and apply by phone or in person, and that it can be done in 25 minutes. But these memos say that at the end of the day, we are all stuck in the same queue because they all have to go through the same portal.
John, I get it, but the person who calls isn't the one who continues to wait after the paper application is filled.
Right? Your mocking is entertaining, but the president said that you could apply within 25 minutes. That was not true.
The point was to relieve some of the frustration that Americans were understandably experiencing.
Wake up! Wake up, Mr. Carney! Relieve the frustration? Are you kidding me? Relieve the frustration? The whole thing has made all Americans frustrated. Okay, this whole thing, all right, and yet you want to go out there and you want to play the blame game. Okay, you want to go out there and play the blame game. All right, take a listen to Jay Carney on this note. Playing the
Companies that chose to strip away benefits from existing plans in the interim, that canceled existing plans in the interim, they took away that grandfathering opportunity. And that's a reality.
No, that's not a reality, okay? See, they're playing the blame game here. They're playing the blame game, and they want Americans to think, okay? But in the Washington Post gave the administration like 3-4 Pinocchios for that, okay? Because they're lying through their teeth right there. The Obama lies are hurting the American people, okay? In fact, in the article in the Washington Post said the administration's effort to pin the blame on insurance companies is a classic case of misdirection between 75 and 95% of the problem stems from between 75 and 95% of the problem stems from the effective date when Obamacare mandates began but the White House chooses to keep the focus elsewhere. Okay, so that in itself, my friends, gave the administration like 4 Pinocchios from the liberal paper, the Washington Post. All right, so now the liberal media is now hammering the administration on this, and it appears that they couldn't keep their promises. The Obama chaos, okay, all right, Obama chaos. I want to show you more of this at the Country Music Awards. All right, take a look at this. All right.
Obamacare by morning. Why is this taking so long? So long. I'm gonna wind up with hemorrhoids if I sit here till dawn. We'll have cataracts and dementia. Oh, this is getting on my last nerve. Obamacare by morning. Over 6 people served.
Oh man, I love it. Obamacare is the butt of a joke now. Okay, the website's not working. I advise everybody to stay away from it. Stay away from it. Don't register for Obamacare, okay? Because it's not working, okay? And now, which brings me now to my next topic here. Well, actually, I want to get into a little bit more of this because now, all right, take a look at the Ithaca Times, okay? The Ithaca Times now, even the Ithaca Times has made fun of this thing, okay? In their comic, their weekly comic, okay? Take a look at this. This modern world, okay? Take a look at this, okay? Now, this modern world, okay? It says, okay, this week's healthcare reform talk with your host, Dr. Hand, okay? And you see it right there, okay? And it says, okay, and it has Mr. Dr. Hand saying, I'm not really a doctor, but I dress like one, so as to appear implicitly trustworthy. Okay, and then the people there, you see them right there. Okay, the people there, they say, aren't you supposed to be invisible? Nobody likes a pedant. Okay, and then it says, okay, now I understand that many of you are having trouble signing up for Obamacare. My advice is don't even bother trying. Just give up. That's what Dr. Hand said. Man, okay. And it says, you see, if enough people refuse to participate, Obamacare will collapse and Americans can keep the market-based system they know and love. But isn't this then the one person in this frame says, but isn't this market-based reform? Okay, and the people say, and isn't that the problem? That is that it's essentially that it's excessively complicated because it preserves the role of private insurers. Okay. Then Dr. Hand says, "What are you people? Communists?" Oh my gosh! But even the Ithaca Times now is making fun of Obamacare. I love it. Oh my goodness! I love it, my friends. Okay, but we now see the dangerous side effects now. Okay, and Obama's lies have been hurting the very same people. In fact, what Obamacare is doing, okay, it's cost shifting. Okay, it's shifting the cost of the healthcare to down to us. Okay, so what it's doing, it's not, you go on, you know, some people have been able to get on the website, and they found that that the plans that they're offering are more expensive than if you were to get private insurance. All right, and so the premiums are going up, and this is because it's cost shifting. Okay, it's cost shifting. What it is? Let me explain. All right, it's cost shifting. And this is what it is. This is what cost shifting is. Okay, it's bearing the cost of, it's dragging the cost of to the consumer. Okay, so in other words, okay, the young are paying for the old, for the elderly, and the men are paying for the women, for the women's health coverage, and the healthy are paying for the sick. All right, so it's shifting the cost down to the consumer. All right, so it's not really good, and it's causing premiums to go up and everything. So that, my friends, is the crux of the matter. All right, this is what the problem is, and Obamacare is a big disaster, and nobody in their right mind should go along with this. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about last Tuesday's elections. All right, there were proposals, okay, like the gambling casino thing and stuff, but okay, in a landslide election, okay, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie won in a landslide, won re-election in a landslide. All right, and because of that, now Time Magazine has put up that on the front cover, a silhouette of Chris Christie, and the headline says, "The elephant in the room." That's right. Okay. However, last Tuesday's election, in Tompkins County, the Ithaca Journal reports that it was a low turnout for the elections there. All right, but to that extent, my friends, okay, we now see the crux of the matter here, and I want to take it to the phone calls. Okay, so it is about that time. So if you have been paying attention, all right, and we need a better solution to this problem here. All right. So the number is 272-3835. Okay. So if you have been paying attention, what is on your political mind? Okay. 272-3835 is the number. Okay. Now we now find out though. Okay. So who's out there? Who's paying attention? All right. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hold on a second. Let me put you on speakerphone. Okay. You there?
Yep.
Okay. All right. What's on your mind?
Let's talk about your boy Ron Paul.
Ron Paul, don't you?
Yeah, the plagiarism.
No.
No. Well, you were just talking about
Rand
Paul. Let me
is-
speak.
Rand
you were
Paul.
talking about the Washington Post.
Yeah, the Washington Post.
No, you're talking about the hold it. You're talking about the Washington Post.
Yes.
Okay. They canceled his column. Okay? Because he's a plagiarist.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Everything he wrote is not his words.
No, he's not.
He took somebody else's. Well, why did the Washington Post cancel his column?
They didn't.
Why did the Washington Post?
First off, Ron Paul's not my boy.
Answer the question.
Okay,
You
Rand
know so
Paul
much about
is my
Ron
boy.
Paul. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
What was the question?
Why did they cancel his column?
They didn't.
Yes, they did.
It was Ron Paul's not my boy.
Yes, they canceled his column.
It's Rand Paul who's my boy.
No, but answer the question now. When your party gets screwed up, I don't notice you talking.
What? My party's not screwed up. It's the Democratic Party that's screwed up.
No. Never mind the Democrats. Talk about your party. And what do you call you? Ron Christie won. You know what? Even your party
Christie.
didn't like it.
No. They
Yeah.
like it.
You should be happy they won this place.
Hey,
You better learn what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't have any clue.
I know what I'm talking
You look
about.
at that machine,
Okay.
you take 2 hours to talk for 5
Are
minutes.
Are you a Canada? Are you a Canadian?
Hey? You're damn right I am.
You should like my friend Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz is a joke.
No, he's not.
He's another joke.
No, he's not, man. He is a good senator.
He's another joke.
He's a good senator. He's gonna
He's
say.
a senator for
he's
what?
gonna start. He's gonna start
Even
another
Sarah
conservative
Palin
revolution.
was on this morning
along with
and
Rand
saying
Paul
what a joke he is.
And along with Rand Paul and Marco
Even
Rubio.
Even Sarah Palin was on this morning.
Nope,
Did
Sarah
you watch Sarah Palin?
Yeah, Sarah Palin is cool.
Yeah, right. She even said Ted Cruz was a joke.
No, Ted Cruz
Yeah.
is not a joke.
Well, did you watch the TV program this morning?
Ted Cruz is not a joke.
Even Sarah Palin said it.
No, she did not.
Did you watch the program this morning?
What program was she on?
The Today Show.
I didn't watch the Today Show.
No, you don't know. You know why? Because you're so narrow-minded.
No. We thank you for your call, man. Okay. Now, let me show you this picture. That was all the Democrats that were bailing on the Obamacare, asking Obama for help because their political lives are on the line. All right? Okay? This, my friends, is Obamacare is, I don't think Obama's ever going to recover from this. Okay? He's never going to recover from this. Okay? This is affecting real people, and it's hurting real people. And now it's the biggest government takeover in history, and the government screwed that up. Okay? Obama screwed that up. Now, and as I just played before, Senator Dianne Feinstein said, "Oh, we need to delay this thing a year until the website is up and working." I don't think this website is ever going to be working. All right, they botched it up. They didn't even test it when they opened it up. They didn't even test it before, and it is now hurting the very people that Obama claims to want to help. All right, over 50 million people, okay, are now without health insurance, or over 50 million people now are going to be left helpless because of this thing. Okay, and we just saw that from the apology, okay, that in fact, okay, take a look. I'm gonna show again. Okay, I'm gonna show again. Obama's apology.
You owe these folks an apology for misleading them.
I regret very much that what we intended to do, which is to make sure that everybody is moving into better plans because they want them as opposed to because they're forced into it, that we weren't as clear as we needed to be in terms of the changes that were taking place. Keep in mind that most of the folks who got these cancellation letters, they'll be able to get better care at the same cost or cheaper in these new marketplaces. So the majority of folks will end up being better off, of course, because the website's not working right. They don't necessarily know it right. But even though it's a small percentage of folks who may be disadvantaged, it means a lot to them, and it's scary to them. And I am sorry that they, are finding themselves in this situation based on assurances they got from me.
Really? Wait a minute. Now, you see that now? It's he said it's a small percentage. What? Small percentage? What? Small percentage? Okay. Hello, you're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Hello, Will.
Hi.
Hey, I'm at Mark's Pizza. It's one of the only places in town that gets Channel 13, the local channel. They also got a bicycle rack out here, too. That's a good thing. Well, listen, when the president says the word we, he's really speaking by faith, because the problem is there are so many people that just have him standing there on the front lines, and then they can duck out anytime they want and do anything they want, and he's trying to say the word we and trying to present the idea that America is unified.
No.
Nobody's even backing them up, doing their own positions.
No.
And,
when he said we,
all of us, each and every one of us affects what happens in the country.
No. When he said we, he was talking about his administration. He wasn't talking about the American
the people that are in his administration.
Yeah.
The people that are making their living, being hired and making their money, bringing home their paychecks because they're his
minions.
Administration.
His minions.
They're not supporting him. They're not supporting the things that he's saying or doing or anything whatsoever. And they're turning around and they're doing it secretly.
He lied.
Secretly, they're saying, "Oh yes, Mr. President. Yes, Mr. President," and then they turn around and do things that's just going to mess up the plan.
He lied. Obama lied. It's pure and simple.
There's lies going on. There's the people that's supposed to be supporting the president.
No.
And the president, the president is some kind of a remote person that doesn't have any effect on anybody or anything.
That's
that
not
position
true, man.
affects every single one of us.
That's
and we
not
damn
true.
well
He-
better
he's-
support the presidency of our country.
This is his
Each and every one of us.
This is his policies
If
that
we
are a
have faith
disaster.
in the God who brought this nation into being, then God will straighten everything out using each and every one of us.
Let me show you some clips from that interview again. All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Take a look.
We're talking about 5% of the population. A lot of these plans are subpar plans, and we put in a clause in the law that said if you had one of those plans, even if it was subpar when the law was passed, you could keep it. But there's enough churn in the market that folks since then have bought subpar plans. You know, I am deeply concerned about it, and I've assigned my team to see what can we do to close some of the holes and gaps in the law, because my intention is to lift up and make sure the insurance that people buy is effective.
All giving him lies. They're giving him lies, and he has to bring
quiet,
us to the front lines. as president.
Wait, William, slow down, okay, slow down. Now listen, all right, okay. Now he said we're talking about 5% of the country, okay, that lost their plans. That adds up to 5 million people. Hello, okay, it's not a small percentage, okay, and that number is growing.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that number is growing. There's
But
more
he said
people
we are
now
working on this.
that are
He said
losing.
we are working on this.
No, you can't believe a word he says.
Well,
you can't
have to
believe
give-
a word
you have
the
to give credit
president
where credit
says.
is due.
Okay,
If he says it, you
the
still have to
president
give time enough
lied.
to accomplish it.
The president lied, and it was him and his
No, it's
people
not a lie.
that put
That's
this.
not a lie.
No,
To
it's
say we
lie.
are working on it, that's not a lie.
No,
There were things that weren't able to be seen until the program was.
He's working on it
brought to
now,
the
but
table.
he's working on it now, but that's after he lied about it. Okay,
That's
he lied
because
about
these
it.
things were
He
not
said
possible to be seen until
he said
the whole
before
program was brought
he
to
said
the surface.
before that if you like your health insurance, you can keep it. Okay, and that turned out to be a lie.
It was
A
not a
lot of
lie.
people-
It was something that was thought to be true. And he had
it was
evidence to believe that it would be true.
It was a
And they
lie
did not
because
bring
it
him-
was
they did not bring
legislated
him
in the
director
law.
statistics. They did
It
not
was
bring him
legislated
director
in the
statistics
law.
until after it went through.
It was legislated in the law that people were going to lose their health insurance over Obamacare. Okay? It was legislated in the law, and the president knew about it. Okay, but wait, he didn't really know exactly the extent because he didn't read the bill.
No. They didn't give him the facts.
Nobody that made the law read the law.
They didn't give him the facts, just like when they didn't give Hillary
Democrats-
Clinton the facts about what went on in the economy.
The Democrats made this law, and they didn't even read it. Okay, this thing passed with no Republican support. The Supreme Court upheld it because it was a tax on the American
Because of
people.
what?
Because it's a tax on the American people.
Wait a minute. Oh, tax. T-A-X?
T-A-X. Yes,
Oh,
it's a
I see.
tax on the American people. Okay.
So the American people upheld it? What did you say?
No, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld it because it was a tax. They said it was a tax. Obamacare is a tax. Okay?
What do you mean it's a tax?
It raises our taxes. It's a tax. It
it's a
was
tax.
only
Oh, I
it was
see.
only
Oh,
yeah
so-
they ruled that it was only legal.
So they're putting it under the category of being a
Yeah,
tax.
it was only legal based on Congress's authority to tax the American people.
Well, it would fall under the same kind of category. It's like that, I suppose.
Well, the fine that you pay for not having health insurance is a tax, and in fact, Obamacare raises 22 taxes on the American people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
okay.
Yep.
Well,
so
I'll keep watching. I'll learn a few things. and
Yep.
if I got any more-
But do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. Stay away from the Obamacare website. Don't register for Obamacare.
Well, no, it can't be like that because it has to be functional, and people have to use it. There's no way that they can get the kinks out of it without people attempting to use it. And when as people attempt to use it,
Well,
and
the
then
problem-
the different glitches come up. They can describe the
Well, now-
glitches, and then the people,
The website is
working on
shut
it
down
can fix
now.
it.
The website is
They
shut
can't
down
fix
now
it without a
because
report.
people.
It's just like you can go to a doctor with something wrong with your arm, and if you don't describe what's happening, he ain't got a clue as to what's wrong with
Listen, the website is shut down now. So
you.
Obama.
Well, it might be right now, but it's still going to have to be
But
opened up so
Obama,
that,
but
so that
Obama
people can,
put out an 800 number. But the problem with that is the operators on the 800 number that you talk to, right? They're using the website to register you. So so it's a
I don't get it.
They're using healthcare.gov, okay? Like you call you call the 800 number, right? Okay?
Yeah.
To try to register for Obamacare, right?
Right.
Okay. The operators that you talk to are using the website to register you. Okay?
Right.
But the problem is nobody can get on the website. Nobody
not
can
even
get
them people
registered.
can. Not even them operators can get on.
Yeah.
What you're saying, right?
Yeah. So it's the same problem. so it's dysfunctional.
Well,
the website
they have
is
to give some kind of another number or something like that, But it's being worked on, but there is a block. But all in all, the fact is, we are still heading for everything that's written about in the Bible. And at some point, very soon, some brilliant person is going to appear on the scene. And he's not going to be the President of the United States. He's going to be somebody who's going to be more like somebody head over the UN or something like that. But he's going to force everybody by law to receive a mark, either on the forehead or on the hand, and nobody can buy or sell anything without that mark. And it's going to seem like a really good thing. It's going to seem like it's going to end identity theft and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But the Bible says that anybody that receives that mark is forever abandoning any privileges of the sons of God, sons and daughters of God, and they will never get into heaven. So, but it's in the book of Revelation. But just watch and see in time to come. And probably the American dollar is going to be abolished too, because the American dollar says, "In God we trust." And so
no.
Yeah,
We're never gonna abolish that.
We hope so, but there's a lot of things that we always said that will never happen, and all of these things are happening like a snowball effect in this very generation. So remember that, and just read the Bible. You can take the Bible and read it side by side with the news in the newspaper and the news on television, and you'll see these things coinciding where it looks like it's impossible, but you'll see it right before you anyway. So have a good day. Thanks for letting me speak my mind.
All right.
God bless you.
Yes. All right, my friends. Yes. So you see, everything is crashing down now. Okay. In fact, okay, on the Kelly file, okay, they had a Democrat on there, and this is what he said about the Obamacare rollout. Okay, take a look. Okay. All right, wait. They had a Democrat and a Republican on there. All right, but
and to make the number seem low, but that's roughly 15 million Americans that will be affected just based on their numbers and what the president said. They ignore the fact that this president, while he makes promises, and unfortunately we have to say it, the president lied to the American people, and he did so because in all of these statements, or in most of them, he ended with the word period. He made it very clear that you could keep your plan, period. And this attempt to walk it back today, we can't have any more benign ways of saying that the president knowingly lied to the American people when we now find out in 2010 they knew this. Through other analysis, they knew this. In the exemptions they gave, we now find out about another exemption to the unions. They knew this. They removed it. They added an exemption for most of the unions today. So we continually see this playing out where we have an administration that is misleading, and now we have an outright lie.
Simon, the business about subpar, it was all subpar. That is not necessarily true. I mean, we've had so many testimonials from our viewers saying, I had a fantastic...
Now that was the Republican. Now the Democrat is going to speak. All right, take a look at this.
That are being canceled, contrary to his explicit promises, undermines his alleged apology, does it not?
Look, I think that what is lost in all of this, and I think the president was beginning to acknowledge this tonight, is that the White House simply did not explain to the American people what was going to happen with his health insurance plan. Let's just, with ACA, let's make it really plain and simple. You can call it misleading, It also prevented, though, for the administration from actually talking about what was going to happen, right, to the people that even the 30, 40, 50 million people that are going to be able to buy insurance in the market who couldn't get insurance before. And so this has been a disaster for the effective rollout of the overall ACA. Not just the 14, 15 million people are going to be affected, but the other 40 or 50 million people that will be able to buy insurance on the exchanges when they're working. And so this has not been good for the president. And I think what's important for him is that he's starting to take responsibility for this part of the mess, not just the part of the mess that had to do with the websites.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, because you are normally a staunch defender of the administration, but I hear you seeing part of the problem, for them, at least on this issue. The thing, David.
Yep, but you see now this is purely, it's not partisan now. Okay, this is affecting real people on both sides of the aisle. It doesn't matter what party you're from. Okay, now the Democrats and the Republicans, are stressing to the president that this obviously isn't working right, and we probably need to scrap it and start all over from scratch. All right, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. All right, and so I will take one last call. Okay, but then I have to get on to the last words of the night. All right, so if you are listening and paying attention, all right, but actually, you know what, I will cut to the chase here, because now I will speak directly now, because we now have to get to the last words of the night, and this is my very, very special surprise. Over the weeks I've been doing my show, I've talked about my beautiful girlfriend, Lorana, and this is very, very important to me. We have a very, very special relationship, and we have true love. And my dear, I have an announcement to make. All right, my dear, okay, this is for you. Okay, this is for you, my dear. I ask you, Lorana Agnes Rollins, will you marry me? Send me a text with your answer. All right, baby? I love you very, very much. Will you marry me? And that, my friends, is the last word of the night. We thank you for watching Political Point magazine, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Follow me on Twitter at WilliamMitro2. And also, you can watch us on YouTube. That's our show for tonight. Thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Bye.